There's a major piece of news that is not getting enough attention, especially from the likes of Christian podcasters, the ones that have massive audiences. Who am I talking about? Obviously, the bad faith Christians like Candace Owens, for example. No, she's more than happy to support the Islamic State of Iran and condemn and criticize the Jews quite considerably, but not even once do you hear her mention the Fulani Islamic terrorists that have killed over 200 Christians recently in Nigeria. That is a big piece of news. Christians, you call yourself or claim to be a Christian, but yet you don't even want to talk about what's going on over in Nigeria. That to me is quite sad. And then there's others as well that call themselves Christians too, like Tucker Carlson, for example, won't even mention this. No one seems to be talking about it. Roseanne Barr, she made a post recently saying that Qatar hasn't paid these so-called Christian influencers enough to talk about the atrocities that are going on from Islamic terrorists over in Nigeria taking the lives of Christians. So I'm going to do it. Thank you, Roseanne Barr. At least someone has the guts to do it. Now, I will do it because I'm not paid by anyone to do it, and I just try and do what's right. This is what's right. 200 Christians slaughtered in their homes overnight in Nigeria. Islamic terrorists stormed Yelwata, beheading victims while shouting the dreaded term that people, if they hear it, are probably the last thing they ever hear. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. But Candace Owens is too busy bashing Israel for defending itself to even mention this massacre. Priorities. Yes, Islam or Qatari money dictates where you should spend your time. Hey, Candace, we know you try and call yourself a Christian, but can you please continue to bash Israel for us? Can you continue to please spread misinformation and disinformation that harms Israel? We'd love for you to do that. Please, can you do that for us? Since 2000, over 62,000 Christians in Nigeria have been murdered in a G word perpetrated by Islamic terrorists groups, including Boko Haram, Islamic State West Africa Province, and Fulani militias. The International Committee for Nigeria refers to this G word, rhymes inside, G-E-N side, as the silent slaughter. You know why they call it the silent slaughter? Because no one that calls themselves Christians that has a big podcast has the guts to talk about this. You know why? Not only are they getting paid off by the looks of things, but it seems like the vast majority of their audience members happen to be Muslims. Oh, we can't talk about or upset the Muslim community. Why not? You go against Israel, but we can't go against the Islamic community at all. That would be harmful to my my audience, my revenue, my numbers. They will drop off like flies. Hello, you call yourself a follower of Christ, but yet you won't even talk about Christians in Nigeria. Their lives are being literally taken, and crickets. Crickets. Here is a man that had his entire family wiped out. Have a watch of this.
My people, my family members, they died in this house. 11. And some died in the other store. 8. Some died here. My whole family members that died yesterday, day before yesterday, on that very day, there were 20. That is my own family members. I'm not talking about any other thing. That is my own family members. This is my store. Those shops are my stores. Those places are being burned.
Please walk.
Those places, this place is being burned. Here and up, my house is up there. That place also is burned. And the store where I pack my goods, I store my goods everywhere has burned. They burned my clothes, they burned everything, they burned our food. All my family members, what we came out with is our clothes, what we wear. And I, standing here, This is what I came out with, and this is the only thing that I have. There's no anything with me.
Can you recount the incident as it happened that particular day? Tell us what happened. What did you hear? What did you see?
On that very day, rain started in the evening. So we entered. I slept there. So I was sleeping. Around 10:20, we had gunshot at back there. So before we could notice that something is happened, Fulani men, they entered this place.
How are you sure they are Fulani men?
Because they were speaking and I was inside the room and I heard them clearly. Not somebody told me. I was inside the room there and they surrounded that room. I escaped narrowly. My brothers born in this house. Some escaped. My dad born in this house.
The Fulani militia took the lives of 20 of his family members in Yilwata village 4 days ago. This man's story is real, and it's not receiving nearly enough attention. BusyGrad24 posted this, and Roseanne Barr reshared it. There is an actual GEN side going on over in Nigeria to Christians, and yet the Western world, some know about it. I'm pretty sure Candace Owens knows about this because it would be in her close proximity. Members of her close proximity would tell her about it. No doubt about it. Same with many of the others that call themselves Christians too. Yes, it's not receiving nearly enough attention over on this particular platform, but on X, it is receiving quite a bit of attention. You got Avi Yemeni that is sharing it. He's got a pretty big audience. Loads of people follow him. So there is some exposure, at least, getting to this story. Rightfully so. What is happening to God's people is horrific. And the level of disdain, not just for the Jews, but even not talking about Christians, when you yourself claim to be one. That it baffles me. It actually shocks me. Why? What could possibly be the reason why you would choose not to even talk about something like this? I know. I think many of us would know the reason because you're too busy, you're too preoccupied. It's not popular. It's not provocative enough for you. Doesn't get you the kind of clicks that you want. It's disgusting. I pray wholeheartedly for all of the Christians that have had their lives taken. I know it sounds bad, but I guess the blessing is that they all have gone. They believe in the death, burial, and resurrection of Christ. They would have gone to live with Christ. I guess that's the one hope we can take away from it. Still doesn't make the story any easier, any lighter, one bit. Just keep praying. Keep praying. Anyway, that's enough from me, but you guys take care, be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.